In today's video, we spend 4 days in a 100-year-old cabin in the Canadian wilderness that borders the oldest provincial park in Canada, Algonquin. This is a very special place with a deep history. Home to 2,400 lakes and 1,200 kilometers of streams and rivers, there's a reason this is a natural historic site of Canada. So join us for a beautiful, relaxing, and memorable trip. Welcome to Lindy's life. What's going on, my friend? After about 5 hours of driving for me, we finally made it to this cabin deep in the Canadian wilderness. It's about 100 years old, been passed down for 3 generations. It looks absolutely beautiful. We are right on the river, so we're gonna unpack and then I'll show you guys around.
Nice, oh, Liz, you're finally happy! Look at my cars. How did it do?
Alright guys, first things first, give you a little tour of this old cottage. It is very rustic, but it is an absolute vibe. So first things first, you have this little outdoor sunroom to hang out in. Absolutely beautiful. Then here is the kitchen, and you got this old vintage fridge. Like, come on, how cool is that? And you got everything you need. Nice cozy cabin here in the Canadian wilderness. Got an old wooden fire pit. Got one bedroom in here, and then you got another room in here, and this is where I will be spending the night. And then you got the good old fashioned washroom, toilet, shower, and everything you need for a good time in the woods. And here is the outside. They got an old camper that's converted into a bunkie. Maybe one night I'll spend the night there, and then we head down to the river. As you can tell, it's the end of September here in Canada. The leaves are slowly starting to change, and it is absolutely beautiful. Good jump, Kaz. This is so nice.
There is some insane rapids.
Wow. Look at that. Head over onto this little rock, show you guys the river. So this will we be spending a lot of time because Camille loves fishing. We got some minnows we're gonna be casting out here shortly. You gonna come over? Let's go nice and slow. Perfect. And we got the beautiful Blizz, majestic Blizz.
What are you doing?
I'm making some videos.
Do it on me too.
Yeah? Wanna say hi? Hi.
Whoa!
Danny, you're too.
Fishing right now?
Whoa!
Wow, look at that little guy. Good job.
He wants to kiss the fish.
You kiss the fish when you say goodbye to it, okay?
Ready?
It makes you not feel it as much in the beginning. It's just like you tell it. Oh, I do. So
Well, good morning, guys. Not a bad spot for a morning cup of coffee. It is a beautiful fall morning here. The leaves are changing, the air is nice and crisp, there's no bugs, and honestly, I think fall is one of my favorite times to be outdoors in Canada. It's just absolutely beautiful. But last night, after filming those fishing shots, didn't really get up to too much. We were all super tired, so we just went up to the cabin, played some card games, took it easy. And today on the menu, if the rain holds off, we want to get a lot of hikes done at Algonquin, which, like I was saying, is the oldest and one of the most beautiful parks here in Canada. We're in the last little town before Algonquin. It borders it. It's only about a kilometer and a half that way. Lots of trails, lots of lookout points we plan to check out. And I think the first one is going to be the logging trail and logging museum, which gives some history and the origins of Algonquin's logging industry, and should be very interesting, should be very beautiful. And if the rain holds off, I think we'll get in a couple other hikes today. But either way, over the next few days, we're going to get in some insane hikes here at Algonquin Provincial Park, and I cannot wait. All right, well, after a nice breakfast, we made it to the logging museum. It looks absolutely beautiful here. So the statue?
And the statue.
Look at that totem pole right there. Let's check out the area and see what it's like.
Hey, you might lose that.
Might lose it. Come, you gotta walk in front of it. You gotta walk by. There you go.
What? Are you gonna take that?
Yep, I'm gonna take it.
Why are you leaving this?
Make sure to look across the road, Cass. So guys, believe it or not, but this little shack here used to be home to 52 loggers. They'd fit 2 per bunk, and 52 people would sleep in here, all around the fire pit, doing cooking. Pretty crazy way of life. Wow.
Even on the challenging one, you're beating him?
Beating me, Cass.
Oh.
Do a big jump off.
Whoever gets off. I won.
You won. Good job.
So you see how there's moss on there? It's creating insulation that keeps them warm.
Cheetah, run! Like this.
I'll tell you what, this logging museum is super cool to see how they used to do things and the true use of horsepower, how these horses used to pull up these crazy logs. And right now, we're just approaching the water section. Wow, look at this old boat, guys. This is super cool. Wow, get a little glimpse of the inside here. Incredible. That is so cool. Wow, the history here is absolutely incredible. So this little ship is called the Alligator, and it is from 1908, which is unreal. It's always a treat going to a museum and seeing these things, and having an outdoor museum in a beautiful provincial park like this is just absolutely unreal.
What's the hot on? How do I drive?
Well, after about 4 kilometers, that concludes our first little hike here around the logging trail. And it is absolutely beautiful to see the history of this place. So, like I was saying, Algonquin is the oldest park in Canada, and it was established in 1893, and they started logging around, like, I don't know, I think 60 years prior to that. So people have been here forever. And then obviously there's Algonquin tribes, I believe, and this park has a lot of history, hence the reason it's a natural historic site in Canada. And it was really cool to see the behind the scenes of this whole logging operation, and very interesting, very informative. Highly recommend checking it out here. Now that concludes our first little hike. I think we're gonna go for another one soon, and hopefully we'll see some nice lookout points. All right, after a brief but scenic drive through some fall foliage, we just made it to the lookout point, which I'm excited for. This is the Algonquin lookout point, so the scenes should be unreal. Let's get into it. Slowly getting a little elevation gain here, so this lookout point should be awesome. And it is not peak fall foliage yet, but it is still so beautiful. I love when the leaves start to change, and as someone who makes videos for a living, this is one of the best times to shoot, and you got to be quick with it. The last few years during fall, I was actually traveling, so I didn't get to experience fall foliage for a while, so I'm super excited, and I'm gonna be shooting a ton over the next few weeks, so definitely stay posted for that if you love these fall colors as much as I do. All right, guys, and here it is, Algonquin Lookout Point. As you can tell, the scenes are absolutely beautiful here, and this is a wonderful lookout point. I think we might do one more hike, but I think I'm gonna put the camera in my bag for now, and I'll just pull it out if we see some epic scenes, but if not, I'll see you guys back at the cabin. Alright guys, it is now 5 p.m. Ate some food, casted a couple lines. On our way back to the cabin, actually, we saw this insane looking fox. Like, it must have had some kind of disease or rabies or something going on. It got super close to us and had this big, like, something in its mouth, looked like an infection or teeth falling out. I don't know, but it was pretty crazy. But for now, I think we're actually going to do one more hike tonight because we really do want to see some big game wildlife here at Algonquin, like moose, bear, wolves, like something super cool. So I don't think I'm actually going to film too much more tonight unless we see some big game wildlife. Well, good morning guys. So last night we went out for a nice little hike in search of some wildlife. Didn't see anything. Then we left the house at dusk this morning, drove all the way through the park to try and find some wildlife. Once again, no luck, but the scenes were absolutely beautiful. Now this is day 3 of our trip, and we're embarking on the longest hike in the area. It's around a little over 10 kilometers. It's called Centennial Ridge. It has about 500 meters of elevation, and we're projecting it might take us anywhere from 3 to 4 hours. It looks beautiful. There's lookout points, lake, so this is gonna be a good one. Let's get into it. Baby toad, eh? This is absolutely insane, guys. Wow, this hike is absolutely beautiful so far. We're not even 2 kilometers in, and we're already on this crazy ridge line. I guess that's Centennial Ridge. Oh my goodness. And apparently it gets even higher. Right now we're only at 450 meters of elevation, and I believe it gets up to 550. So this is absolutely incredible, guys. So beautiful.
Okay, you got him. That was a good one.
There's somewhere to get it off.
Alright guys, just made it to one of the other lookout points, having a nice little sandwich break, waiting for the pup and kid. They're a little bit behind, but check out these scenes, guys. Absolutely incredible. So beautiful up here.
How many are we going up to?
Alright, trekking along here. We are almost at the halfway point, which is pretty crazy because the scenes and hikes have been crazy so far. And it's quite impressive that their son Kaz is making it through this because the terrain is pretty gnarly, and honestly it's hard for an average person, let alone a little kid who's taken double the amount of steps that we are. So very impressive. Hopefully he can make it all the way to the end without any problems. And yeah, great hike so far. Centennial Ridge, 10 out of 10 from me, especially now that the leaves are changing. This is just perfect peak conditions to be here. I know I've said this already once in the video, but my favorite time to be outdoors is during the fall. Get a nice breeze, nice colors, and it's truly hard to beat it. 10.9 kilometers, 5 hours and 5 minutes, and that was a pretty gnarly hike. Can't believe 5-year-old Kaz made it through. That was very, very impressive and some incredible scenes, but we're all super gassed now. We're gonna head back to the house, make some food, and just take it easy. Good morning, guys. It is now day 4 here in Algonquin, and it is another, actually probably the most beautiful morning we've had so far. Sun is shining. Got up this morning and got some drone shots. The fog was over the trees and it was absolutely incredible. Today I think we're all hiked out. Oh, Camille just caught a fish. I don't think we're gonna go on any crazy hikes, maybe just explore a bit of the surrounding area, and our plan is to drive home tonight, maybe around like 6 to 8 p.m. So this will be our last day here in paradise. It's been a wonderful trip, and whatever else we get up to today, like usual, I'll take you all along with me. Do it. It's
to kind of psych myself up for it.
honestly do it there because I think it's easier, honestly.
I gotta be like headed
Yeah.
immediately.
Alright guys, well that concludes our time here at Algonquin in this beautiful 100-year-old cottage, and it was just a wonderful weekend. Like I mentioned, Algonquin Provincial Park is the oldest and first park ever in Canada, and it is just such a special spot. And what's crazy is even with all these hikes we did, being at the top of the lookout point, we barely even saw a fraction of Algonquin Park, and it is absolutely stunning. Now I've been here in the spring, summer, fall, winter, and it's definitely a special spot in Ontario, and I highly recommend checking it out. But I think this is the point where I'm gonna wrap up this vlog. So if you made it to the end, like always, I really do appreciate you. Much love guys, and I'll see you next week.